Hey Paul, welcome to Z Talk.
Hi, Paul. Hi. Good to talk to you.
Good man. Hey, look, it's first time on. We've got loads and loads to talk about, but there's a lot happening in your business. Can you just introduce yourself first, and then we'll dig into that.
Yeah, of course. So, I'm the wholesale director of Morrisons. I guess the way we're thinking about our channels in Morrisons at the moment is that we've got a wholesale business and we've got a convenience business with the acquisition of McCalls, and we've got an online business, and that kind of makes up the additional channels to the supermarket. And I look after the wholesale section of that.
Good stuff. So there is some new updates on this. Do you want to get us up to speed? It's a timely call.
Yeah, of course. So, I think good news going into the weekend in the Competition and Markets Authority approved the acquisition of the McColl's business, which is good news. A lot of hard work has gone into that on both parts of the business, both within Morrisons and McColl's. And so what that means is that although we've sort of owned that business for the past 5 to 6 months, we've had to hold them separate and not really get directly involved. And now we're able to get directly involved and play a much fuller part in running what will be our convenience business. And so, the last couple of days we made some announcements around that, and you might have seen some of that in the press, but I think one of the fundamental things is that we are going to have to close a number of stores. I think it's about 120 to 130 stores that just aren't going to work in the long term, and that is sad for those stores and colleagues, but it is the right thing to do for the business. And what we've been able to do is assure those colleagues that we'll be able to offer them work either in McColl's or in Morrisons stores or in Morrisons manufacturing or distribution, or work sort of hard to find those opportunities. Aside from that, there's the 28 stores that the Competition and Markets Authority said we need to lose as well, and we're working on that. And then it's about trying to improve the rest of the business as fast as we can, really, and a lot of that will be about Morrisons Daily.
Yeah.
And then on the wholesale side of the business, it's really about working with lots of new customers and trying to find the best retailers out there to continue growing.
Well, let's talk about that, because I see a lot of the independent retailers turning to you, and the stores are looking absolutely fantastic.
Thank you.
What is the offer, Paul? Why are retailers so engaged with you?
Well, I think first and foremost, it's a powerful brand, and I guess in a world where customers are facing quite straitened times, cost of living crisis, and really looking for value, having access to powerful brand like Morrisons, and then in particular access to products with our name on that offer really good value, and in particular products that we make that offer really good value, products we make within our manufacturing divisions, is really important to customers. And we do give retailers the opportunity to access perhaps more of that than they otherwise could. So I think that's a fundamental part of it. I think we've learnt over the course of the last 4 or 5 years, how to be better wholesalers, better franchisors. We've still got a lot to learn, and we continue to learn from those independent guys in particular. And so we've introduced a little bit more flexibility along the way, and really try and sort of understand what retailers need in their local communities. And I think that's kind of that's showing through in what they're experiencing in their customer response as well.
Good stuff. So what's the future of that?
Well, we're signing multiple contracts with retailers every week, really, and we've said before we want to grow the Morrisons Daily brand. I think if you think within the McColl's estate, we've got sort of about 300 Morrisons Dailies. Outside of that, we've got another couple of hundred with existing customers. We want to grow the McColl's number, well in excess of 450, which was already the stated aim, and then with other customers, independent and national, really, we're keen to grow the number too, to really see hopefully thousands of them, and that continues to be our aim, and certainly the sort of warm response we're getting now, we think that should be well achievable if we keep learning and keep working hard at it.
Yeah, I agree with you. Now, I told you time would go very quick. 5 minutes is actually up. Believe it or not, I won't tell you. It's crazy, isn't it? Last word to you, to the retailers out there.
Yeah, I think just come and talk to us. We're fairly approachable on LinkedIn and email and everything else, but sometimes you can think a big national retailer is going to act in a certain way, but I think those retailers will probably be surprised by how adaptable we can be. Our main aim is to find good retailers who serve their local communities well. It doesn't matter whether they've got a store or 50 or 100, and there's lots of people like that out there. So we're keen to talk.
Good man. I will put whatever relevant links there are out with this as well. Paul, thank you so much for joining us. Don't go anywhere, but I will pull up the end slide. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, Paul.